Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a cook and clean with me. And as you can tell from the pile of dirty dishes in my sink, I did not clean up after yesterday's dinner and shamefully today's breakfast. One of my kids actually had an early doctor's appointment today, so I had to hurry up and get them ready, get them fed, and head out the door. I'm sure a lot of you mamas know how that is. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it gives you guys motivation to clean and maybe some dinner ideas. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot function in a messy kitchen. My mind would be all over the place, my anxiety levels would be off the roof, and most likely than not, dinner probably won't get done. You know, it's days like these where I'm busy all morning and part of the afternoon that I really wish I had a dishwasher to come home to instead of me being the dishwasher. But it is what it is, at least for now, and maybe one day we'll be able to move into a house that has a dishwasher. Now, don't get me wrong, I really do enjoy washing dishes by hand. For some strange reason, it relaxes me, but I do have my days, particularly my more busier days, that I just want the easy way out. These bottles, guys, I will admit I have a love-hate relationship with these bottles. I absolutely love them because I used them with both of my kids and they really did help with their colic, but I didn't like them as much because they had so many parts to clean and they had so many nooks and crannies that I was always paranoid, particularly at that newborn stage, that everything was clean and disinfected. Now that my son is 15 months old, I know I have to take the bottle away, but knowing that he's going to be my last child, I always give in when I hear him cry that he wants his bottle before bedtime. This soap dispenser that you guys are seeing me refill, I just use this only to wash my son's bottles. For some strange reason, I just feel it's more sanitary this way. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Now I'm going to be moving on to my countertops. I'm going to be wiping them down with the Method all-purpose cleaner in pink grapefruit scent. I've tried all their other scents, but this one seems to be my favorite. Not only does it clean very well, but it makes my kitchen smell amazing. I recently went to Walmart the other day and I purchased this Barkeeper's Friend to scrub down my sinks. And at first I loved it because it left my sinks nice and shiny, but after my sinks dried, I noticed this white residue on it. But then again, I don't know if it was because I didn't rinse my sinks well enough. So I've decided that I'm going to give it another try before I determine if I like it or not.
never say what we think, waiting for the perfect way. Time some speak, got me on delay, 'cause across a million seas, would you do that for me?
So now it's time for some self-constructive criticism. After filming 2 Clean With Me's and as I watched myself as I edited, I've came to the realization that I need to lose some weight. I really let myself go after my second pregnancy, and I came to this decision not solely on the way I look, but most importantly on the way I feel. So I was thinking maybe I would document my weight loss journey.
Across a million seas, just to have you next to me. Paris and Tokyo, I go where I have to go. Screw geography, but would you do that for me?
So now that my kitchen is nice and clean, let's start working on dinner. What I'm going to be making for dinner today is called chiles rellenos. In English, you would call it stuffed poblano peppers. You want to start off by roasting your peppers. A lot of people like roasting their peppers in the oven, but I prefer to roast mine on my stove top simply because this is the way my mother taught me as I was growing up. So once your peppers are nicely roasted, you want to put them inside a plastic bag. This allows the peppers to sweat it out, so when it comes time to peeling your peppers, it'll make the job a lot easier. As your peppers are sweating it out, you want to add about 6 tomatoes and 4 tree chilies into a pot. You want to fill that up with water and bring that to a boil. This is going to make the salsa that you're going to put over your stuffed poblano peppers. As my tomatoes and tree chilies are boiling, I'm going to start working on my Mexican rice. In a pan, I'm going to add a little bit of oil and about a cup of jasmine rice. I'm also going to add a clove of garlic that I cut into 4 pieces. I'm going to be stirring the rice until it turns a very light brown color. Once you have your rice at that light brown color, you want to add your tomato sauce. And you're going to want to stir this a little bit more. Then you're going to want to add about 2 cups of water and stir that some more. I'm also going to be adding some chicken bouillon. I like using this instead of salt because I feel it gives the rice better flavor. I'm also going to be adding some frozen vegetables. And we're going to be covering that and cooking it in low heat. While our rice is cooking, we are going to start peeling our roasted poblano peppers. Since they have been sweating for a while now, it should be pretty easy to peel them, as you can see. And yeah, we're going to want to peel all of our peppers. So once your peppers are peeled, you're going to want to cut the seeds out of them. If you like spicy food, you could feel free to leave the seeds inside, but I don't, so I'm going to be taking the seeds out. After I do this, I just rinse the inside of the peppers out just to make sure I have no more seeds in there and everything's nice and clean inside. By now my Mexican rice should be done, so here I am just checking on it and it is done, and I'm just fluffing it up and setting it to the side. Now I'm going to be working on the salsa that we're going to pour over our poblano stuffed peppers. So here I am adding the tomatoes to the blender and also my tree chilies. I'm also going to be adding about 5 cloves of garlic, and about 4 teaspoons of the chicken bouillon, and about a pinch of cumin seeds. I'm also going to be filling up the blender about halfway with the same water I used to boil my tomatoes. Now we are going to blend this all up and just set it to the side. Now we're going to start working on our stuffing. You are going to fry about a pound of ground beef. To the ground beef, we're going to add some garlic salt, and we're also going to add some fresh ground black pepper. We will also be adding some onion powder, and we're also going to incorporate some diced onion and diced garlic. Now you want to stir that all up until it's completely cooked. Once it's cooked, we are going to add some Parmesan cheese. I usually use the shredded Mexican cheese, but I didn't have none, so this had to do. It tastes just as good. Once the meat is completely done, you just want to put it in a plate and set it to the side. Now it's time to stuff our poblano peppers. Once your peppers are stuffed, I decided I wanted to add a little bit more of the Parmesan cheese. Once that is done, we're going to set that to the side and start working on our batter. Now for our batter, we are going to need 6 eggs, but we are going to separate the egg whites and the egg yolks. Once your eggs are separated, you are going to want to beat your egg whites until they are in a fluffy consistency. Once you have that fluffy consistency, you are going to want to add your egg yolks, and you're going to want to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of flour. Then you're going to mix that until it's completely mixed. Once that is done, you are just going to set that aside. Now we're going to start frying our stuffed poblano peppers. In that same pan we've been using this whole time, we're just going to add a little bit of more oil. Now I didn't show this, but very carefully you are going to want to dip your stuffed poblano peppers into the egg batter that we just made, and be careful when you put them in the pan. Sometimes the oil jumps and I really don't want you guys to get burnt. You're going to want to let them fry for about 5 minutes, and then you're gonna flip them over. When you see that like golden color, that's the color you want. Now I'm just flipping them to the side so the sides could cook as well. Now when you finish frying all your peppers, you just want to set them aside, particularly on top of a paper towel so it could soak up some of that oil it has. Now the salsa mixture that you made, you're going to want to add it to the pan and just mix that all up and let it come to a simmer. So here it is, guys, the final product, a chile relleno with the side of Mexican rice. I just added a little bit of sour cream on top of the chile relleno. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.